Hey everybody, this is Ashley Bennett, Director of Trauma Informed Care at the Restore Network, and I am recording this today because we just finished hosting the Hope for the Journey conference at each of our counties over the past month, and I wanted to let you guys know that you still have an opportunity to watch the conference from the comforts of your own home because we have been given a limited number of online viewing options of this conference that will be good through the end of May. So if you were not able to make it out or forgot about attending, we want to make that online viewing option available to you guys. So for those of you who were familiar with the Empowered to Connect conference, which is what it's been called in the past, it went through a little bit of a rebranding and got a new name and went from a 2-day conference to a 1-day conference. And so what you will find in watching the conference is just an opportunity to come to better understand the neuroscience of relationships and about how the experiences that your kiddo came with when you welcome them into their home, how their histories of neglect or abuse or abandonment, how that has changed their brain and their belief system and their behaviors and what that looks like in your family. And so you come to the conference and you get an overview, right, of the neuroscience and how your kiddos' brains have been affected by their experience. And then you also get just the practical pieces of understanding as a caregiver, like what can I do with that? How do I meet our kiddo where they're at? And how do I offer him some new strategies? How do I help him to lay down some of the survival techniques that maybe he doesn't need in your home, but had to use to survive in his life before he came into your home. And so the conference is a great balance of the science and understanding our kids, and also the hope that there is a way of interacting with our children, a way of parenting, a way of seeing them and their behaviors that will allow us to meet their needs differently and to go back and to give them the kinds of things that they needed that maybe they didn't get when they were an infant and a toddler and a preschooler, especially for our older kiddos. So I want to just invite you guys to take advantage of this opportunity. It's only going to be good through the end of May. And oftentimes when you attend a conference like this, especially sitting there all day long, you can feel really mentally drained afterwards because you are learning different techniques, you are learning a new way of looking at your kid, you are reframing behaviors and things very differently. And so that can be a lot to take in because it's hard to change as an adult, right? It's hard to rethink your parenting strategies. It's hard to interact in different communication patterns, right? In new ways. It's really hard as an adult. And so what I love about what I do at the Restore Network and what the Restore Network offers is this the conference is really great, and the conference gives an overview, right? And we often say it's like drinking from a fire hydrant, right? You get a lot of information, really quickly, and then you go home, and then you have to interact with your kiddos, and you have to try to take the things that you're learning and put them into practice with your kiddos. And that can be kind of challenging to do sometimes. So what I love about what we're created here at the Restore Network is that you don't have to do that alone, that you can come to the conference or you can watch it from the comfort of your own home and you can experience it and you can get an overview, and then we can continue to walk with you, right? So we have book studies over the Connected Child book, where we can walk in a small group setting through these different principles that we learned about in the conference. And we can go deeper, right? And we can go wider. And we can do that in the community context of other foster families just like us. So we have those opportunities for you to involve yourself in small group settings where you can go deeper with this information. A couple of times a month, I host webinars on specific topics like food insecurities and sleep and chasing the why about our kids' behaviors and what to do with defiance and what to do with aggression and what to do with lying and how to help our kids feel safe and how to earn trust, right? So we take these principles of TBRI and the principles that are discussed in this 1-day conference, and then we break them down. right? And so you can come and you can join me and other foster families via Zoom to just talk more about these very specific things so that you can grow in your understanding and grow in your skill set. But if that's not enough, right? If reading the Connected Child book and attending the small group and joining with us in our webinars, and listening to podcasts and articles, if it's still challenging for you to take those things that you're learning and put them into practice with your kiddos, then we have the parent coach role, right? And so it's my privilege to walk alongside families in a one-on-one relationship to be able to take these principles of TBRI and trust-based parenting and apply them to your specific family and your specific kiddo who's struggling. And so you can come to a conference and you can drink from the fire hydrant, but we don't have to leave you there, right? We have other resources that are going to be available to you throughout the course of the year. So start here. If you've not picked up the Connected Child book, if you've not joined me at one of my webinars, if you haven't done a small group setting, then start with this conference, right? Email me, ask me for the online viewing option, spend a little bit of time throughout the course of May just listening and learning and just opening your mind a little bit to the possibility that there may be some things to learn about your kiddo and how they're wired. And there may be some new parenting tricks that you need to add to your toolbox, right? As you meet your kiddos where you are, build trust, build relationship, and then see the benefits that come through behavior change and feelings of crisis begin to lessen, right? And your family to go from just surviving to actually thriving as a family. So again, I invite you guys to just take advantage of this opportunity. We have just until the month of May to access it, and then it'll be gone. So email me and ask me for the online viewing option so we can start today to help you be able to meet your kiddos in a new and different way.